Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2021-22 season. My name is Dan and I'm so sorry I'm late. Welcome to the Gameweek23 deadline stream, by the way, guys. I'm so FPL late in the chat. Absolutely loving it. I'm so sorry. It's been an absolutely mad day today. We've had our entire house recarpeted all in one day today, so it's been absolutely mental. Then we've gone, Mrs. FPL Mate dragged me to IKEA to get some new furniture, and there was traffic on the way back, so I've literally just walked. I just realised I've still got my mask on from going to IKEA. But yeah, got furniture. We're back. We're ready to go. I've been on my phone the entire journey. I said, you drive, Morgan. I'm going on my phone. We're going to do some final research. We're going to see what's going on. We're here. FPL Late is here. We're okay. We're okay. But thank you guys for being patient, and I do apologise. But hopefully your lives are not too ruined. But yeah, there we go. There we go. It's an interesting one, guys. As a lot of you guys will know, we've got a double game week, right? My hair is absolutely manic today as well. I do apologise for that. And we're also not in the usual office space either. But whatever, it's fine. Whatever. I've got to do something with this hair, man. This is ridiculous. I need a haircut. That's what I need. We've got a double game week, haven't we? Interestingly, we've got a double game week for our Watford players. Maybe kind of making up for the fact that we wanted a double game week last week for our Watford players. It wasn't to happen, but it's happened now, right? So yeah, we've got someone in the super chats already. Ash Ketchup saying Captain King or Dennis, and should I bench Bowen or Mbumo? I would bench Mbumo. I'd definitely play Bowen just because the form he's in, form over fixture in many ways. And to be honest, United are conceding a lot of chances at the moment, so definitely play your Bowens. Maybe play your Antonios as well, because I actually think this is going to be a decent game for West Ham attackers. But in terms of Dennis versus King, it's really up to you, and it's not really one I'm too comfortable kind of discussing. If I had both, I personally would probably go for Dennis, just because he produces those moments of magic. But if you kind of look at underlying stats and you kind of look at penalties as well, King would perhaps come out on top. So it depends. Do you play your football on Excel spreadsheets, or do you play your football on grass? If you're team grass, go for Dennis. If you're team Excel, go for Josh King. So there we go. TT says, when are you planning to use your final wildcard? Could you quickly point out some essentials? If you would wildcard, please help Ty for the content. No problem. So I'm actually saving my wildcard because I want to use my wildcard in conjunction with a bench boost. So I'll basically use my wildcard the week before I'm going to bench boost to get all the players I want for a really, really tasty bench boost there, or maybe a couple of game weeks before, something like that, and then hit the bench boost button. And it's going to hopefully give me a wacky score of 120 or something. And that'll be on the big double game week that should come later on in the season. There'll be a nice big one. So we're going to capitalise on a huge double game week with using the wild card and bench boost in conjunction. So I'm not really going to use a wild card to remodel my team at all, really. I'm just going to use it literally as basically a setup tool for a bench boost. Because to be honest, I'm pretty happy with my team personally, but if I was going to go for a wild card right now, I would have KDB in there. I would have Cancelo, Laporta, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I would maybe go for I don't know. Obviously, you go for Dennis, wouldn't you, for this double game week? You could maybe double up with King. You possibly go for Foster as your backup goalkeeper and then play him this week. Maybe your other goalkeeper would be De Gea. I can suggest players to bring in till the cows come home. Bowen and Jota obviously would need to be in there. But honestly, the team probably wouldn't look too dissimilar to what I've got already, which is why I'm not really going to bother wildcarding, because I've got a lot of players that I'm happy with this week, particularly. But those are the kind of players that you'd want to go for. Thank you, TT. Johan was next, I believe, in the super chat, and they say take a hit for Silva and ESR to KDB and Coutinho. You could do. I mean, to be honest, Emil Smith-Rowe is not such a bad pick, I don't think. So, I mean, if you can just do Silva straight to KDB, then I would probably do that. Now that we kind of know by now that Aston Villa are not going to have a double game week, I don't think I'd rush to get Coutinho in the same way as we kind of expected at Villa to have that double game week, right? Varun says, have Sterling, Bruno, Johnson, Bowen, Martinelli. Plan on Bruno to KDB for captaincy or Foden long term. Have money for Salah later. Either way, yeah, I would go for KDB over Foden at the moment. I think for sure. Isaac says, hi Dan, which option to go for? Greater Sterling this game week. Roll the transfer and get Salah without a hit next week. I don't own any City mids. So yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys are going to probably want a City midfielder. I mean, your first priority obviously is going to get one of Dennis or Josh King if you don't have those two players. But then the second priority might actually be to go for a City midfielder if you don't have one. And yeah, my favourite City midfielders at the moment are KDB and Sterling. But if you're on a slightly stricter budget, you could go for Foden as well. I think in order of who I would most prefer, it's KDB, then Sterling, and then Foden. Those would be my top three City attackers to go for. So if you can afford KDB, then absolutely go for it. Steve says, do I bench boost? Bench is Foster, Dennis, King, and Alonso. 11 is, I'm just going to read through these players. I don't want to list them out for everyone to hear. But, I mean, yeah, that looks like a potential for a bench boost. It looks pretty good, to be fair. I mean, I would be kind of tempted to wait for a double game week before bench boosting. But you know, your team looks really good all through. So yeah, you could consider bench boosting that. But I think I'm personally going to wait for a more a significant double. But you know, it's about what suits you, and that does look like a good bench boost team, to be fair. Sachin says, what should I do? I don't have any Watford players. Have Bruno, Ronaldo. Should I do one? It's just some options. I'm not going to read these out for you guys, but I'm going to make sure I read these super chats for those who have very, very generously donated to the channel. But just Antonio to Dennis looks fine. I wouldn't overdo it really. I mean, one thing I'll mention to all of you guys is on Ronaldo. I know we kind of seen that Ronaldo has this neck injury and could potentially be out for this game week, but there is also a really, really high possibility. It seems like Ranić in his press conference has kind of accidentally let slip that potentially Manchester United might have a double game week 25. So maybe the club knows it before the Premier League has made that announcement, and maybe there's going to be some double game week announcements after the deadline, maybe. But there is reason to believe that there may be a double game week in game week 25 for Manchester United, and the second fixture will be against Brighton, I believe. I think it's Southampton and Brighton. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if so, you're probably going to want a Ronaldo for that double game week, right? So just bear that in mind. That's all I'll say on that, to be honest. Unless you want a free hit that game week or something like that. But yeah, double game weeks could be on the horizon, to be honest, guys. So for that reason, I'm kind of not too keen on rushing out Ronaldo necessarily. We don't know for sure the extent of the injury. Last time, Ranić suggested that Ronaldo would play, and then he didn't. What's going to happen this time? Who knows? Who knows, to be honest. But yeah. Daniel Rorji, thank you for joining as a member. I know you were a member before, so welcome back as a member. Raj says, Rashford or Antonio, who to play? I don't know. It's a tough one. Yeah, there's no guarantee that Rashford will start, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd arguably go for Rashford in that one. But, I don't think you wouldn't really want... I don't know if I'd really want a Rashford in my team, to be honest. But if you have him, then I guess go for him. Alba says, Dawson out for which one of Laporta or Digne for a -4? I mean, do you need to take a -4 for this? I guess if you really wanted to, you could go for Laporte. Looks good. Digne would be kind of a little bit ambitious in a way. Be kind of because you'd be counting on double game weeks coming up soon, so it'd be speculative. Well, Laporte, you know what you're getting, and you're probably going to get 3 clean sheets in a row. So that's kind of up to you. Madmen Marketing says Alonso or Marçal or Cucurella, who to play. Marçal looks pretty good to play. He's got a nice easy fixture against Brentford, right? So I would probably go for Marçal. If you have him, you may as well. And I believe we're not even nearly finished with the super chats. Right, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get through them all. Let me just make sure. I mean, I'm sorry if I missed some of them. There is a lot of super chats coming in today, so I do apologise if I miss any. But I'll try and read as many as I possibly can. Royce says Antonio to King. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, I think that's a solid transfer move. I don't think there's anything wrong with going Antonio to King, particularly if it's on a free transfer as well. Daniel says, hey, I have Reece / Rudiger and DCL. Who do I transfer out? Do I double City defence? I mean, I would probably go take out Reece James maybe, and replace him with probably a Laporta. Bernardo versus Maddison to start. Madders on form. Yeah, I suppose Madders on form. You'd say form over fixture. True Fandella's put his entire team in there. Yeah, I might not read out the people who are putting their full team in there because it's a lot to read out, and obviously there's a lot of people watching the stream, and it's kind of only interesting to the one person who sent the super chat in, right? But yeah, your team looks pretty good. If you're happy with your team, then roll the transfer, I would say. If you're happy with it, roll the transfer. Abhishek says my team is dead, need to take hits. You've got a few players out by the looks of things. I don't think I'll do a -12 though. That seems like a lot, a real lot. Just make sure you've got 11 starting players, and then you can gradually sort out your team over a couple of game weeks. But -4 would be fine, I think, on a double game week. Varun says bench one of Cucurella, Antonio, Pukki, or Alonso. Probably bench Cucurella. Josh Howe says captain King or Sterling. Probably King. I know a few people are asking about captains. Obviously before I was like, yeah, there's no double game week, so let's go ham and captain like a Sterling or a KDB if you have a KDB in your team. But I feel like we're kind of in a situation where if you've got a double game week player, Dennis, King, they look pretty good to captain, right? If you don't have one of Dennis or King, then I think after that, you're not going to go for a Watford player. You're not going to go for a Burnley player after that. So maybe that's the kind of point you kind of start looking at a Sterling or a KDB. But imagine look at these two fixtures: Norwich at home, Burnley away. Two really nice fixtures for Watford. I know it's kind of strange to captain a Watford player in a way, but it's a really nice double. And the first game is tonight, so you could have your nerves eased really quickly tonight. And the thing is about Sterling is a little bit of a risky captain in a way. Nikolai, thank you for the super sticker. Nidish says, bring KDB or roll transfer for next game week as I have Gray. I would bring in KDB this week, I think. Mikey says, Gray to KDB for -4. Already have Foden. Mate, I don't know if I'd do that for a -4, but I mean, you can certainly consider it. Like, KDB is a good player to bring in. The only problem is that people are kind of thinking about bringing in KDB, right? And then they're not actually gonna captain him because you're gonna kind of captain a Watford player. And if you're taking a -4 for a big player like that, I feel like you kind of got to captain him. And again, are we gonna have double game weeks next game week, the week after? If so, and Man City, by the way, are not gonna have a double game week. Kind of begs the question: do you need a player of that premiumness? Maybe not, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But yeah, just kind of think, are you going to captain this player soon? Are you going to have an opportunity to captain this player? Who knows? Jonko has a bench boost. Sanchez, Dino, Antonio, and Cody. Ooh. No, I don't think I'd bench boost that. But, I mean, if you really like it, then go for it, obviously. Nikolai, I forgot to put the message the first time. Okay, here we go. Just do Son to Sterling with minus or Bernardo / Son to Coutinho / KDB. Coutinho and KDB looks like a good combo to go for. Nick Kyle says, I wildcarded too many injuries. Arsenal and Chelsea players past 4 weeks dropped 130k places, feeling really depressed and struggling to cope. Well, I mean, look, man, honestly, there's still plenty of game weeks to go. If you've still got your chips left, then that's a huge amount of places that you can rise over the next few game weeks. So don't worry too much. By the end of the season, there's going to be lots going on still, so don't feel like your season's over. And sometimes a wild card is really nice because you can kind of hit the reset button. And I kind of did this last season. I had a really bad season last year, and I hit that wild card button, and everything kind of felt better. I started gaining rank, and I went for a slightly earlier wildcard and everything was good in the hood and I was very happy. So yeah, if you feel like you need to wildcard to get yourself, give yourself a restart and feeling positive about FPL again, then absolutely go for it. I mean, it's a game at the end of the day and we want to have fun. So let's have some fun with it. Right. There's so many super chats. Simon says, hi Dan, Rafinha or Bowen? I feel like I'd want Bowen for the long term, but Rafinha I prefer this week. Martin says, why do you go for Antonio over Dawson? Because I don't think West Ham are going to keep a clean sheet, and I think that Manchester United have a good chance of conceding some goals. Maybe Antonio is going to be involved in those. Samuel says, love your content, brother. Thank you so much. Your thoughts on these past 2 FPL seasons with countless game postponements? Do you prefer this chaotic era of FPL? I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds, to be honest. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. It really is exciting. But there's always this element of, is it fair? Unless the luck is on your side, then it often feels unfair. But I feel like there is ways of navigating it that actually give you a real advantage if you're a real switched on FPL manager. So for example, if like a lot of you guys, kind of leaving your transfers to the very last second, that's giving you a real advantage. Reading the news, following FPL content and stuff like that, kind of work out which games are more likely to get postponed than others, keeping up to date with this kind of stuff. It can actually give you an advantage and kind of turn the chaos into a bit of a ladder, which is a phrase I quite like from Game of Thrones. So yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of good. I feel like because I feel like I kind of works it out fairly early by deciding fairly early. COVID started happening, right, in the Premier League. Games started getting called off, and I was like, okay, screw it. I'm going out just sell a premium player, and I'm just going to reinvest all of my money onto my bench and get a really strong squad because I want to be covered and that kind of thing, and kind of picking players from a broad amount of teams and that kind of thing. So if you're on it and you're switched on, you can actually use it to your advantage. Ronaldo Curtzia says Bowen or Antonio. Definitely Bowen. Craig says, did your spicy differential Kamara? You've gone for Kamara. Okay, guys. So Craig has just put in the chat in the super chat a player I mentioned on Twitter earlier today, and I want to show you this player because honestly, this is a 5 chili ranking of a spicy differential. This is the spiciest differential you will ever see on this YouTube channel. Let me find where he is. He got 2 points last week, so he should be here. There we go. And that is Hassan Kamara, who is a left back for Watford. He's got a double game this week, obviously, as you guys know. He's like a relatively attacking. Okay, so this morning he was at 0.0% ownership. I wonder if the FPL Mate family on Twitter has maybe pushed him up to 0.1. Probably not, but it's nice to think. But super spicy differential, and it is incredibly spicy. And the reason it's so spicy is because it's a huge risky one. I don't know if it's going to come off or not. But if you want the ultimate differential for this week, there you go, Hassan Kamara. And Craig has gone for it. Fair play, Craig. Absolutely love your commitment, man. Absolutely love it. Jamie Syke is saying as a member of the channel. WBA CAD says, worth doing Broya to King if I already have Dennis. Yeah, I think I would do that. If it was on a free transfer, I think I would do that. Carl says, take a -4 from Silva to Rafinha. If you want to do that, I can see why you might want to do that. It's definitely an option. Who else have we got in here? Right. The Heroic Doses says upgrade Steele to Foster for a hit. Other goalkeeper is De Gea. I don't know. Oran Brick in the chat says someone get Dan a blackcurrant squash. Yeah, I mean, because I came in and had to stream immediately, I didn't even have a chance to make myself a pint of blackcurrant squash. So I mean, depressing times. Someone message Mrs. FPL Mate and tell us to get me a blackcurrant squash. Everyone at her on Twitter. Get her to bring me one in. Patrick says, mate, between Antonio and Ronaldo, who should I transfer out for King? I think I would go for Antonio. Yeah, but I mean, do you have Dennis already? If so, you can maybe just stick with one player. Sanket says Coutinho or Rafinha or Saka. Probably Coutinho. Shadab says have Laka and Antonio. Who to replace with King? Probably Antonio. Are we almost caught up with the super chats? I think we are. Anna Rude says Rafinha or Sterling. Chance of Sterling starting back-to-back game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sterling is City's best player at the moment, in my opinion. So I think he continues to start. I mean, certainly Mahrez is probably not. I mean, he's not going to be ready to start this game week. I think Pep already said, Mahrez is not going to play this game week. So in that case, that kind of leaves Sterling as the right wing option, right? So Sterling. I'm pretty confident is going to play this game week. Thomas says, I have Cristiano, some strikers. And you're saying, who would you get rid of? Cristiano Ronaldo, Watkins, or DCL? Who should you get rid of for Dennis? Maybe Calvert-Lewin. Also thinking great of KDB and cap him. I mean, if you want to do that, then go for it. It's a big upgrade. Great Andre Gray to Kevin De Bruyne. Huge upgrade. Great. Transfer Emil Smith-Rowe to Coutinho. If you want to, it would be a fairly decent transfer, I think. And there's so many super chats, man. I can't keep up. This is incredible. Thank you so much, guys. Joshua says Gallagher, Maddison, or Odegaard to sell for KDB, and maybe sell Gallagher. Maybe sell Gallagher. Abdullah says, mate, bring in Foster and King from -4. Is Foster guaranteed? I mean, Foster is not even guaranteed, to be fair. So, I mean, I don't think I'd be taking minuses to bring in Foster. But King, yeah, King and Dennis are good players to bring in. If you happen to have Foster already, then I would probably play him, right? Obviously. But I would feel no pressure to take -4s to bring in a player like Foster. It's a backup goalkeeper at the end of the day, and that's all he's going to be for the remainder of your season, realistically. Andy Puss says, on a wild card, keep Jota. Definitely, yeah, keep Jota. He scored 2 goals last night in the League Cup, so really impressive stuff. So definitely keep Jota. Double up on the City defence. I think I would, yeah. A few comments on my hoodie. Yeah, I love this hoodie. It's sick. We're gonna catch up. We're gonna catch up with the chat. I'm so sorry, guys. JT says King or Dennis. Dennis. Jay Alexander, it was a super sticker there. Thank you very much. Paul says captain and vice captain between King, Dennis, and Cancelo. I personally would go for Dennis captain and Cancelo vice captain, just to make sure they're split on different, for different teams. But if you prefer King, go for King. King versus Dennis is very much a personal opinion. I don't think there's a right answer there necessarily. So, yeah, just kind of go for who you feel most comfortable with out of Dennis and King. I mean, just having both Dennis and King is an advantage of yourself in itself. And if you have both Dennis and King, you arguably can't lose. So, yeah, go for it. Sesk says, hi, Dan. Lucas Moura to Rafinha. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, you could possibly do that if you wanted to. Ramsey or Coutinho for a -4. I don't think I'd take a -4 for either of those players. On man says play Gallagher or Emil Smith-Rowe. Is Emil Smith-Rowe a certain starter? Well, looking by the availability of Arsenal players right now, I would say that Smith-Rowe is almost certainly going to start because Partey is suspended, Xhaka is suspended. That's pretty much all our midfielders. So Odegaard will drop in and play as a number 8. And Smith-Rowe will play it in the slightly more advanced midfield position in theory. So, I feel for sure like Smith-Rowe is the one to go for. Sophie Watt says 4K watching. Are we at 4K viewers? Man, honestly, the viewers on stream at the moment have just been out of this world. That is a lot of people. Guys, if you haven't done already, please do like the stream. Massively appreciated. It really helps out the channel. And of course, subscribe if you're new around here. That would be wicked too. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here and chatting with you guys. It's wicked. Talking about FPL, my favourite thing to do. Johnny says, don't need any advice. There's no saving my team. Just want to say, keep up the good work, bro. Well, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that, my friend. There is always saving your team, though, man. Come on, where's that positivity? Keep up that positive mental attitude, my friend. Come on, man. Come on. Riley says, KDB or Sterling on a wild card, Dennis or King captain. Again, yeah, KDB I would go for over Sterling. And Dennis I would go for as captain. But, look, I mean, I'm not gonna bang the drum on Dennis is a better captain than King, because I don't think there's much in it at all. Really, there's very, very little in it. And in fact, arguably King is arguably the safer captain to go for. But I don't know. Dennis has just produced these moments of magic this season, where it's kind of like throws all of the stats out the window in a way. And I've just been so impressed with Dennis this season. Whereas King, I feel like we're probably going to need a penalty or something, but to get him on the scoreboard at times. And Dennis has decent creativity there as well. So yeah, it's like I say, I'm not gonna bang the drama about Dennis being a better captain than King, because it's so close. It's so close, and I don't think there's a right answer. And I don't want you guys, if King outperforms Dennis, I don't want you guys coming back to me and said, you made me captain Dennis, because honestly, I'm not going to make you do either one, because I think they're both almost equally great. I slightly prefer Dennis, but there is hardly anything in it, which is why you guys are, kind of questioning that, I guess, because you're just like me. And if I was in that situation as well, I would be in the same situation. I'd be like, oh my god, who do I captain? Who do I captain out of these guys? Crazy, right? Harry Bro says, have no Arsenal players and no City midfielders, no Rafinha, etc. Have 2 free hit chips. Thoughts on using one to load up on Arsenal, City and Rafinha? Ooh, sounds like you... I don't know. It's not a double game week for Arsenal or City, so I don't think City and Arsenal players are absolute must-haves, but they're very nice players to have, right? I don't know. If you've got, a couple of Watford players, I think you could be pretty happy with that. I think West Ham versus United, I think that'll be a fairly high-scoring game as well. So if you've got those players, if you've kind of got Trent, if you've got Jota, you might not need a free hit. Andy says Backman to Foster for a -4. I don't know, because there's obviously always a chance that Backman plays. Sanchez blanks for me next game week. Well, you can deal with next game week. Simon Oakland says, people trolling saying Dennis has COVID. Any truth in that? There has been absolutely no indication from anything that I've seen that Dennis has COVID. So I really, really doubt that's true. It sounds like a troll. Don't worry about Dennis, guys. FPL Doddy says, hi Dan, KDB or King captain, start Cash or Alonso? I would personally captain King over KDB. Just for the double game week. You just get 2 rolls of the dice. You get 2 chances of bonus points as well. That's always the big thing, was why you should captain double game week players. It's not just because you got 2 chances of a player, getting some returns, but you also get extra points for them playing twice. That alone is good, and you get 2 chances for them to get 3 bonus points. Imagine if your player gets 3 bonus points in 2 consecutive games in one game week. That's huge alone, isn't it? So for sure, I would go for the double game week captain personally. But that said, KDB and Sterling and Cancelo, to be fair, are going to be really nice scoring players this game week. I think it could be a really nice. There's a lot of really nice fixtures I'm seeing this game week that I think there's going to be some really high scores. So it's an exciting one. It really is. Mahir says Ronaldo or Antonio for King -4. I think I'll do Antonio, as long as you have something on the bench to cover Ronaldo. KDB or Dennis captain again. Dennis captain, I would say. Ray says Rudiger or Alonso out. I would take Alonso out. Bernardo to KDB. If you can do, I wouldn't do Broja to Ronaldo, but if you can do Bernardo straight to KDB, I would like that. And Alonso out for a Laporta maybe, or a Digne, maybe quite nice. Man, those likes have flown up, by the way, guys. If we can get to 1,000 likes by the end of the stream, that would be phenomenal. Be absolutely amazing, guys. I'm still catching up on super chats. They are coming in faster than I can reply to them. Ranjit says Lucas to KDB or Sterling. I go for KDB. Tenzing says double up on City defense or transfer in KDB. That's kind of up to you. Abdullah says smash the like button, peeps. Absolutely, Abdullah, you're 100% right. We're gonna get to 1,000 likes on the stream by the end of the stream. We've got to do it. Only 22 minutes left. We can do this. Zubin says I've got Son to sell. Already have KDB. I don't know then. I don't know. Maybe go. Yeah, you can maybe go for Foden. I don't know. I would. I don't know what I would do there if I still had Son and didn't have KDB to bring in. Foden, Rafinha, Coutinho, yeah, all good options. Andy Puss says Diaz or Laporta. I would go for Laporta. Bowen or Coutinho. I prefer Bowen for the long term, particularly. Edward says James to Digne and Bernardo to Coutinho for a hit. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. For a hit, anyway. I don't know if I like that for a hit. Anurag says, should I start Backman? I mean, there's no harm in starting Backman. I mean, maybe Foster picks up an injury or something. But, like you say, if Backman doesn't play either of those games, then David De Gea is going to be subbed in for you automatically anyway, so it's no issue. Jonathan says Pedro or King with Dennis, or Coutinho and Dennis. I would go for King over Pedro. Yeah, definitely King over Pedro. I think Pedro might be a little bit of a trap. We're at 1,000 likes, by the way, guys. That is wicked. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Love it. Jonathan Bray says Pedro. Oh wait, did I already answer that? Yeah, I did. Okay, I think in that case, am I caught up on super chats? I know. Balinderjeet says Diaz or Laporta. Go for Laporta. I would really go for Laporta. Dan B says ESR, Jota, Bowen, Foden or Maddison for KDB. Out of those players, who would I sacrifice? None of them really. I mean, maybe Maddison, maybe Emil Smith-Rowe, but none of those midfielders that you've mentioned there are screaming out sell. So it kind of makes you debate, is it worth it? Subbing Smith-Rowe for Mount? Is that Mount? I mean, I would play Smith-Rowe if you have him, yeah. I'd rather play Smith-Rowe than Mason Mount if that's who you've got, I think. Although I don't even know if that's true, to be honest. Yeah, there's probably not much in it between Smith-Rowe and Mount if you have both of those players. But there we go. Is it a good idea to bring in Broja? Someone said in the chat. No, it's not. That's a nice and easy question, so I'll answer that. Sesk says, hi Dan, Ronaldo to Dennis. Already have King. It's up to you. I don't think I would do it, but if you want to. I mean, I have Dennis, and I'm not even thinking about doing Ronaldo to King, to be honest. James Ellis says Gray to KDB and Emerson Rowe to Coutinho, or just do KDB. If you can just do KDB with no hit, then I think I would do that. Didn't get my whole message. Yeah, I'm so sorry, man. There was just so many super chats coming in. I can't read all of the big messages, particularly the ones that are kind of listing a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. I gotta keep it moving. We are so close to the deadline now, and pretty much all I've done all stream is read out super chats, which is it's not great. It doesn't provide for great viewing, but I'm sure a lot of people are in similar situations to those people who are putting in those super chats. So hopefully the kind of stuff I'm talking about is still helping people. Is Coutinho going to play 90 minutes? I think you could. Foden or Rodrigo for -4. Neither of those. I'm just going to have a look at quick look at my team before I get distracted by super chats again. Steve quickly there says Lucas to KDB would mean -4 next week for Salah. I would still probably do it. Dan, I've got Son to be replaced with remainder of 9.7 suggestions. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe go for Rafinha or someone. Rafinha or Coutinho. No, this is too much super chats coming in. I'm going to have to just keep reading them. I mean, I'm very grateful for the super chats. It's absolutely crazy. I've not even shown you my team really this stream, have I? Silva to Sterling for free. Awesome. Yeah, Silva to Sterling for free looks good. Simon says, one more, Dan. Pickford or Lloris? Oh. Pickford or Lloris? I don't know. Maybe Pickford. I'm not confident about that one at all. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, on my team, guys, very quickly. I'm not making any transfers this week. I feel like I don't really want to. I like every single player that's on the pitch right now. Obviously, Ronaldo might not start, but I'm also kind of okay with Alonso coming on as a backup option. And I'm tempted in a way to swap Alonso out for a Laporta, maybe, but I kind of rather wait till next game week and kind of assess the situation, see if more doubles are announced, because I feel like more double game weeks are going to be announced before next game week deadline. So in that case, because we've got a long while till game week 24 kicks off, I'd like to have two free transfers going into that long extended break. I think that could be pretty advantageous in a way, just to try and kind of figure out who's going to get these double game weeks. Are Manchester United going to get that double game week 25? Aston Villa are due a double game week. We've been saying that for a little while now. They still haven't had one. So, we kind of be looking at Aston Villa as well. Are they going to get a double game week? A few other teams still due fixtures, still need fixtures rescheduling. When's it going to happen? Could be soon for some teams. So, in that sense, particularly game week 25, I want to find out what's going on there, really. It could even be a free hit game week, to be honest, but I feel like if you can afford to save a transfer, then you should definitely consider it if it's doable. Lad says, "Hey mate, should I take a -4 Antonio for Watkins?" No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I wouldn't be taking a -4. No, don't worry about that. I think those transfers, I don't think you need to make those transfers. James C says, "Start 2 Ronaldo, Antonio, and Martinelli." Start Ronaldo and Martinelli, and if Ronaldo's injured, Antonio can sub in for him, can't he? Nash says, -8 for KDB, Foster, and Rafinha. Probably not. No. Probably not a -8. I don't like... a lot of people are talking about taking minuses to get Foster in. Like, remember, Watford are a pretty bad defence. So if you have Foster already, then yeah, it's a really good idea to play him on the off chance that we do get some clean sheets in this game week. But would I take a -4 to bring in a player who is just going to be my backup goalkeeper for the rest of the season, and just pray that Watford turn their defensive season around? For a -4, probably not. Because if he gets, he concedes a goal in each game, then he's scored a 2-pointer, which is the same as your other goalkeeper would have got anyway. If he concedes 2 goals, that would be your 2-pointer. But if if you played 2 games, conceded 1 goal in each game, that's 4 points. If you're taking a -4 to gain a net of 2 points, if you count your other goalkeepers, 2 points that they'll probably get at minimum. Now, I don't really like it. I don't like -4 for Foster. I think it's a lot, so I don't think I'll be taking a hit for that at all. Maruf Khan says Foster or King. Again, no minuses. I'll go for Foster for King maybe. But even that, like, we look at future game weeks for Watford. It's not that good, really. West Ham is okay. You probably start a Dennis or a King against West Ham. You certainly wouldn't start a Foster or a defender, right? And, Brighton, not a great fixture for attackers. Neither is Aston Villa. United could be okay. Arsenal is not great. It's a real mixed bag, but it's mostly a bad bag, if I'm honest. And unless we can get some more double game weeks in, it might not be worth loading up too heavily on Watford players. Remember, they are Watford. Following up, only getting Foster to afford KDB. I mean, if you have to do it to get KDB, but is that worth it? I don't know. I feel like, I feel like I personally only usually take a -4 if I'm seriously attacking a game week. For example, like, I don't know, like last week I thought Ronaldo was going to have an amazing double game week. So I was like, I'm more than happy to take a -4 for Ronaldo on a double game week, and he has good fixtures after that. Really improves my team. I'm going to go for it. Or if I'm bringing in 2 players that really improve my squad for the long term. -4s probably shouldn't be done willy-nilly unless you're taking out players that you hate and you're replacing them with players that you love. A lot of these -4s and -8s that I'm kind of seeing in the chat kind of seem like, trying to really, really go hard on Watford, who, are not a great team. They're good for a punt, but it's not a team you want to load up on long term. And Man City, who we know are not going to have double game weeks, particularly if you're bringing in a lot. Like, I like Laporte. I don't like Laporte for a minus. But I mean, if you guys have probably got some decent players on the bench as well. Do you need to take a -4? Can you cover it? Would I do it for free? I don't know. Would I do it for free? No, I don't think I would bring in Foster for free either, to be honest. I think I'd rather save the transfer. I don't know. I don't know what people are expecting from Foster. Watford have kept as many clean sheets as I've kept clean sheets in the Premier League this season, which is 0. So, it's not as amazing as some people are making it out to be. Foster. It's not like this is not going to be a revolutionary player, or in theory, it's not going to be a revolutionary player this game week. I know it's two really good fixtures, but Watford are going to have to turn around their defensive form, and I think they can do it. But am I confident they're going to do it? That's another question. Okay, right. Cameron's happy with his team. Got his 2 free transfers though. Future double game against the Mind. Yeah, I mean, if you can save a transfer, go for it. As he says, CR7 out for King this week. Yeah. If you're going to bring in Salah next week, then why not? Afif says, "Hey Dan, long time no see. Should I play Bernardo? If you have Bernardo and you've not really got too many other players that you like, then go for him. I don't think Bernardo is going to score too highly, but I think he could get just sneak an assist or something. It's possible for sure, right? Transfer in Foden or Jota? Probably Jota, to be honest. Nihar says remove Ronaldo and get Watkins. No, I don't think I would transfer out Ronaldo to Watkins this game week. I would consider Ronaldo to like a Dennis or a King, I think. But aside from that, I don't think I would. I mean, like I kind of said earlier on in the stream, I kind of want to keep Ronaldo just because game week 25 is a potential double game week for Manchester United. Bench Alonso or Mora. I would bench Mora. Join has listed some players. King and KDB is the two that I go for there. King and KDB is just going to be wicked. David Gadd says, why most FPL content creators hyping up Digne over Cash? Digne was horrible at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but the thing is with Digne is he fell out with the manager. Everton were just in a very bad place, and it just got worse and worse, and it just absolutely crumpled. Now, Digne is an incredible football player. He really is. For years he was considered one of the best, fullbacks in the league. You could arguably say, one of the best left backs in world football at one point, right? So he's definitely a good player, and he just needs to refine his form. I mean, he's a good player. You don't turn into a bad player overnight. Yes, he had some bad form at the beginning of the season, but a new club, new manager, fresh start. I don't see why he can't, go back to what he had, what he was doing, in seasons gone by. He's a great player. So I think that's why a lot of people are like hyping him up. Also, Aston Villa's defensive stats are pretty good, and Digne's a really attacking player as well, which is nice. Simon Ho says, last one, Fernandes or Sterling? I would go for Sterling over Fernandes personally. But hey, that's just me. George says Sterling and Davies for KDB and Tierney. No. You don't need to swap Sterling for KDB. If you've got Sterling, he's good enough. I know people we're all kind of, loving KDB at the moment, right? And obviously, if you don't have a Man City midfielder and you want to get one in, KDB is the man, right? But if you already have Sterling, I mean, man, he's a great option as well. He is very much a great option. And you never know. I can easily see Sterling outscoring KDB. And he needs a penalty. Remember, Sterling's on penalties as well. I strongly think he's going to start. Looks good to me. I like Sterling. Sterling or De Bruyne if ignoring price. I would, if I was to pick one this game week, to go forward and have for the next few game weeks, I would still pick KDB. But would I make the move from Sterling to KDB? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Am I worried about King? Yeah, of course, I'm a little bit worried about King, but it's not nothing to cry about, really. Like, you can't have everyone. I mean, I really like my team, to be honest. The only player I kind of feel like I'm desperately missing is King. KDB obviously is going to be a pretty important player this week as well. I don't know. I actually really like my team for this game week. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm happy. So yeah, I'm not really worried this game week, to be honest. Like I was last game week, where I was worried, and rightly so, because I had a tragic game week. But there we are. One of those things. How are you going to get Salah in? We're going to do Sterling to Salah in a couple of game weeks' time. Which is another reason why I'm banking a transfer, by the way, guys. Because I want to have 2 transfers to make it a little bit easier for me to get Salah into my team. And hopefully we'll do Sterling and someone else. Downgrade someone else. Don't know who it'll be yet. Probably someone who has a double game week at the time. And we'll get Sterling and we'll get Salah in for Sterling and someone else in for someone else. And I think it will be pretty good. And I don't know who I'll take out yet. It depends who I can afford. You know, maybe downgrade Alonso, maybe downgrade Lucas, depending on double game weeks. Again, Spurs, very good chance of some double game weeks in the upcoming weeks. Game week 25, again, looks like a potential double for Spurs. I mean, this is literally just all estimations at this point. You know how wrong we got it this week. We all kind of thought that Aston Villa were the most likely team to get a double game week in game week 23. Wasn't to happen. It ends up being, Watford and Burnley having the double game week. So, you know, we can only guess. We can only guess. Hamid says, hey Dan, I feel like I might free hit on game week 24. Really? I'd save your free hits for a game week where we've got some doubles and stuff like that. Sophie says it'll be an exciting game week. So many different captain options. Oh, I know. Well, I mean, there was. I feel like the captain options have shrunk down to Dennis versus King now. I don't know. I'm hopeful those scamps in my mini league don't pull a worldie out the bag. Well, I mean, you tell you what. Some of your more casual friends in your mini leagues might not even know because it only got announced today. They might not even know that Watford have a double game week. So, you know, could be good. Could be good. Okay, guys, we've got 5 minutes, or probably less by the time my voice reaches your screens at home. We've got just a few minutes left until deadline. So, guys, make sure you have locked in your transfers. Make sure you have got your captain set. Make sure you've got your vice captain set, because vice captains are important too, guys. Don't forget about vice captains. And, make sure your bench is in order as well. Make sure you're all sorted, guys, because we've got just a few minutes, and we know that occasionally the site crashes a few minutes to deadline. So do make sure. I'm going to do that myself as well. I'm just going to refresh this page and just make sure everything is looking good, looking spicy, looking nicey. And it definitely is, guys. Ronaldo, probably going to be absolutely mudded, but who knows? Like I said, the following fixtures look good, and a double game week in 25, Southampton and Brighton, it's touted to be. Those other fixtures are really good. So, you know, I'm sticking with Ronaldo. If he doesn't play, Alonso will come in. We've already seen Chelsea get a clean sheet against Spurs in the cup, in the League Cup, didn't we? So, don't see why that couldn't happen again. Possibly. I'm not super confident about it, hence I'm not playing Alonso. But, I mean, it's a decent backup. Like, the bench in general, I've got a decent bench, so I'm happy to roll with it. What do you guys think? Would you do the same? Blue 2 Isle says, bench list rip. I mean, the bench list died when all of the COVID... when all of the COVID started, and it came to a situation where people hardly have any players on their bench anymore. So... Not considering vice captain on Cancelo. Yeah, I mean, I considered it. Yeah, for sure. But I'm going to go for Jota as vice captain. Lowton for Alonso. Trust me. No, I'm not that bothered. I'm not gonna throw myself at Watford and Burnley that much. I don't really want these players for the long term. KDB or Bruno? Definitely KDB over Bruno. Like, I know sounds really, really counterintuitive, but I don't really rate Bruno as an FPL asset going forward. I think you can do slightly better for your money elsewhere. Henry says, don't give up on the bench list. The bench list will be back. Don't worry, guys. The bench list will be back. We just need to... once, less games are getting cancelled, and the Premier League is obviously in talks right now of trying to make it so less games are getting called off. If we do get a situation where less games are getting called off, then obviously that's going to be brilliant. And, again, we will be starting to look at the bench again a lot more, aren't we? We'll be focusing a little bit more on our bench. So by that point, the bench list will be back. And for those of you who have not seen the bench list before, you are in for a treat. It is revolutionary to your game weeks. And it is a FPL Mate exclusive on the deadline stream. So make sure you join me for that next time. But guys, we are very, very close to the deadline. I'm getting very excited. I don't know about you guys. It's an exciting... Honestly, I am thinking big things for this game week. I think it's going to be big things. So, yeah, man. Honestly, I think we could get some big scores. I can see some 100+ scores. So, yeah, let's Quick fire too. Yeah, we'll do the quick. The quick fire is a little bit more difficult now because before I was doing quick fire questions and it was like 500 people viewing watching the streams. Now what are we at right this second? Yeah, we kind of usually have around recent weeks 4,000 to 5,000 people are sometimes in the stream. It ranges kind of between 2,000 to 5,000. So yeah, it's crazy. Brownhill's time to shine, says Richard. Man. Foden hat-trick, says Keenan. Of course, there's like reminder. All right, go on then. Like reminder. If you haven't liked already, like the stream. Count C-Law says 20 pointers incoming. It's not going to be a 20 point a week. This is going to be a 100 point a week, guys. We're all getting 100 points. You're getting 100 points. You're getting 100 points. And that is the deadline, guys. The deadline has passed. It is gone. We are locked in. Lock emojis in the chat, please, guys, because we are locked. That's done. My word. What a rush. What a rush. Every time that clock ticks over when we hit the deadline. What a rush. Love it. Absolutely love it, guys. Hopefully you have managed to make your transfers in time. Hopefully you have set your captains. You're happy with your... I'm imagining a lot of you guys are on the Dennis captain, right? You guys on the Dennis captain, maybe some Josh Kings, maybe some KDBs. I think we'll do our usual. You didn't check any news today. I mean, I've not really had a chance. I think what we'll do, guys, is what we'll do in chat, guys. What I want you to do is before you go. I mean, disappear off if you want to. You've probably got better things to do than watch this old mate. Love those emojis, by the way. Absolutely loving it, guys. What I want you to do, guys, is put in the chat right now, one word only. Who did you captain this game week? Just the name of the player that you captained in this game week. We're going to look through the chat. We're going to see which names are cropping up the most. So throw it in the chat, guys. Who is your FPL Gameweek 23 captain? That's what I want to see. Absolutely love it. And whilst I wait for that to come through on chat, I'm just going to quickly check my phone. So my wife texted me an hour ago asking me to turn the heating down, and I didn't see that. Oh, look at these. They're flying in. Dennis, King. Dennis, King. Dennis, King. Got a couple of Cancelos in there. KDB. Quite a few KDBs, actually. We look like we're Dennis gang mainly, but I am seeing a lot of Kings. We're seeing some... It's just Dennis and King. It's Dennis and King. That's what we're getting. Wow. A lot of you guys in the chat absolutely spamming. Absolutely spamming. Love it, guys. Love it. I've never seen a chat move so fast. I've never seen my chat move this fast in my life. This is incredible. Dennis the Menace. Absolutely love it, guys. Just did Dawson to Kamara, someone said. Absolutely love that, Spice. The Menace. All right, the Menace is in town, guys. We're Team Dennis over. It looks like the chat is Team Dennis. I think Dennis is the winner. All right, guys. Well, we're looking forward to tonight's game then, for sure. Absolutely love it. Wicked, guys. Well, anyway, thank you so much for contributing to the captain discussion, for sure. The deadline has passed. Like I said, I've literally rushed in through the door and came straight on stream. So I need to go and get my blackcurrant squash, or I might die. To be honest, I might die. But guys, if you haven't done already, please do like the stream. Please do subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw today on stream. Plenty of FPL videos, pretty much every single day. And if you want to continue the conversation, feel free to follow me over on Twitter, where we'll be reacting to all of the football stuff over the weekend, and and beyond in the second part as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to chat to some of you guys on Twitter as well. But aside from that, guys, good luck this game week. If I don't chat to you before then, enjoy the football. I think it's going to be a wicked one. I really do. Yeah, I will see you on the next stream, the next video, whatever. We'll see. Thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you later, mates. Bye bye.